So I got an email from Roman, and he says, I started my first regular walk-around gig over the summer, and it's going well, but there's one thing still bothering me. I have trouble with the magic moment of a trick. Most traditional things that fill this moment seem arbitrary or just lame. Snapping fingers, saying abracadabra, sprinkling wiffle dust, and the like. I feel like I diminish the trick sometimes because I don't have the right thing to say or do when making the magic happen. Do you have a theory on finding your own voice when it comes to that moment? Or just some more interesting examples to spark the creativity? Yeah, I got two thoughts on this. First of all, there are some tricks where you do want a repeated ritual, whether it's snapping your fingers, casting a shadow, or whatever. For example, the ambitious card routine. You're going to be finding their card 7 times in a row, and it does help to have a pattern interruption, a break between the card going in the middle and then blop, and then it comes right to the top. You could skip it, as I do. It's like, this is the weirdest thing. If I put it in the middle, I usually riffle the cards because then it feels almost like you're doing a move, but of course it's not really a move. You've already done the magic. It is possible to not have one of these rituals. And I think more routines, magicians insist on doing a thing, even in a stage illusion. The girls in the box, and then they clap their hands and do that. I mean, fine, whatever. I think it's more interesting, though, to do what my friend Nate Staniforth does. I don't think he ever has one of those magic move moments. Instead, he asks a question at the beginning. And as he takes you through the setup, he says, this part's important because later you're gonna wanna ask, did he do this? Did he switch this? I want you to see that I'm not switching it.
I want you to focus on the physical sensation of how your card feels in your hand, right? I want you to sort of squeeze your hands together so you can feel it dig into your skin a little bit. I want you to focus on how it feels in your hand, right? And I want you to imagine now that you can begin to feel that sensation start to change.
And he does this entire buildup always acknowledging where things are headed or hinting at it and saying, in a moment, you're going to want to know this. Here's your opportunity to lock it in and know that it can't be this. He's doing a fantastic job of playing chess with the audience. And then when it comes time for the reveal, he's laid everything out, and he doesn't do a clap or a gesture or a shadow or anything like that. He just pauses, just long enough to get everybody's attention, and then he says,
and I want you to just consider that somehow it would be possible there. Somehow it would be possible that instead of holding your card, you were holding Laramie's card. Listen, I'm not gonna do anything, but I want you to open up your hands.
What if everything you remember is wrong? What if, and then he reveals the first part, your card was over here. And then you get that moment of anticipation when everybody realizes like, oh, no way, no way. And you're like, and then go ahead and open the card. Now, at no point did he claim to do magic. All he did was promise a sense of wonder at the end of this contract. He played chess, setting everything up to make it as fair as possible, and then he asked a question. Remember that questions are always more powerful than answers. No amount of clapping or snapping or shadow casting is as good as a pause and a question, like, what if everything we remember isn't true? What do you remember happening? Oh, I remember I picked a card, I put it in the middle of the deck. You're like, yeah. But what if that card was right on top? Now all of a sudden, you have a moment of mystery, something that can simmer and percolate for a little bit. To me, that's a lot more powerful. Now, I'm not gonna say that you shouldn't do a magical move, but it should be something that fits you. And on that subject, people ask me all the time, they say, how do I find my character? How do I find my voice? And the way I think of it is when you first get started in magic, you're looking at a giant buffet. You're looking at all the influences you love. You're looking at magicians you love stand-up comedians, their pacing, their tenor, and all that stuff. I think it's very difficult to select your style from a buffet because what you tend to do is pick your favorite things. Then you try to emulate your favorite things. And when you do that, the best you will achieve is being a pale imitation of the things you love. Something easier? Figure out what you hate. Figure out what you can't stand. Go see magic shows that you abhor. Go watch Amateur Hour. Go listen to open mic nights. Find out what you hate and be the opposite of it, because then you're not going to be doing anything anybody's ever seen before. You'll create something unique and you and totally your own, and it will be honest and pure, and you will love it because it's the opposite of everything you hate. Good question from Roman, and of course to the rest of you scoundrels all across Scam Nation, you can hit me up directly at scamnationshow@gmail.com, and I'll do your best to answer your question right here on the show.